life and career coach, as well as editor of Be the Real You magazine. Well, today's episode is going to be a little bit of self-promotion. I have gotten so many questions about my magazine that I decided to tell you more about Be the Real You magazine. This magazine is for women, all women, and that includes you. Some are married, some live solo, some have children that are grown, some have little ones that are still at home. There are women with careers in corporate, entrepreneurs, and others who are engaged in projects at home. Some are youngish, and some are women of a certain age. But this magazine is really for women who are realistas. I'm calling them realistas. Okay, I made that word up, but I love the word, and I make up words all the time. But being a realista is a perfect word, in my opinion, because it's all about being the real you. Now, you might be wondering, who is this Sherry woman, and why did she create a magazine? She's not Oprah. She's not Joanna Gaines with her Magnolia Journal. Who in the world is audacious enough to start a magazine? Well, that would be me. I created this magazine because I didn't live as my true and real self for years and years, maybe even decades. I had chased approval and validation since I was 18 years old. And I morphed myself into whatever I needed to be to try to gain the approval of others. Basically, I was like a chameleon. You're maybe wondering, well, what happened to her at 18 that I lost my connection with my true self? Well, I got pregnant and I was forced to relinquish my son to adoption. The good news is that he was adopted by a great family, so he has lovely parents. And Jeremy and I have now had a close relationship for a little over 11 years. It is truly as good as it could possibly be. We both say we are so lucky and blessed to have, know, and to love each other. But that experience, all the shame heaped on me by my parents, caused me to really want to make up for my mistake by showing them that I was worthy of their love. I wanted them to be proud of me again. And this laid the foundation for me not being the real me. Can you relate? Have you gotten caught up in your need for approval and appreciation? Are you wondering, how do I navigate my life as your real and true self? And it can be very hard to do that, ladies. I went off to university, I studied business, and I chose a very unorthodox career path of a stockbroker. But it still wasn't enough. And then I fell in love and married a man who was on track to be incredibly successful. My parents were really proud of him, but he didn't really love me. So I had to try to prove my worth every single day. Yes, you see a pattern here, and this pattern is consistent. And I think some of you right now are maybe even nodding your own heads. I wasn't the real me. And in fact, I didn't even know who I was, other than what everyone around me wanted me to be. But after a lot of therapy, journaling, reading, alone time, I said, enough. I worked hard to figure out who I was and connect with the real and true me. So Be the Real You magazine is birthed out of my own personal experiences. It's about helping and supporting women just like you who are tired of all the fakery and want to show up every day and in every role you have as your real and true self. I don't want one of you to go one more day without being connected to who you really are, that specialness, that one and only you. So, this magazine is for realistas. The magazine has a lot of interesting and fun articles in it. It's a feel-good magazine, but yet it's motivating, especially for a realista. Now that I've made up that word, I suppose I better create a definition. You get to do that when you make up words. A realista is a woman who shows up in this crazy world as her real and true self always. She's a woman who loves who she truly is and no longer wishes to pretend anything. Does this sound like you? This magazine's going to be like your best friend. You'll enjoy your time together. You'll feel comfort that you're not alone in this quest to be the real you. And you'll get all kinds of ideas of ways to support yourself as you throw open the curtains and say, "Look out, world, here I am." Channel Barbara Streisand in Funny Girl and sing along with her. I'm the greatest star. Oh my. Well, we're adding some things to our second issue that I think you're going to love even more. We added a recipe, a product I absolutely love, and style tips because every realista wants to look her best. In the first issue, you met Lonnie Brown. Lonnie's a young mother who's truly a serial entrepreneur, especially now as she navigates spending time with her young kids. You also met Amanda Godfrey. She's a Brit who lives in Paris and who frankly is what I would describe as a creative goddess. Her design pursuits shifted and changed as her life demanded, something that we as women have to do all the time. We've got some good reads, we've got books that I think you'll enjoy, and not all of them are self-help. Some are just fun, which is why we named that section A Good Read with Tea. A few easy mind tips are included because you probably now know that I absolutely believe your mindset is the single most ingredient to you living a happy life. The style section we added in this second issue, which comes out July 1st, is written by Sarah Griot, who has been in the world of style and fashion her entire career. Sarah's amazing. She's going to help us all embrace more style as we head out into the world without our masks. If you're like me, it feels like I've forgotten how to dress pretty after a year of yoga pants. You'll also meet Michelle Lemaitre, a fellow Francophile who lives on Nantucket Island. Michelle is an artist, and that girl was born making beautiful art. She'll talk about her newly invented mixed media process and share with you the beautiful series that she has created using that process. Jessica Myers is also going to join us in our second issue. Jessica gave up her PA practice, that's a physician's assistant practice in San Diego, and with her firefighter husband and 2 small kids, moved to a farm. Incredible! She will share all sorts of super easy tips on how to get your energy back on track. Plus, did I mention recipes? Part of learning about myself has been the realization that food is my love language. So embracing my love of cooking and entertaining, I've added to our second issue a little seasonal drink recipe with champagne optional. So think about your loves, the hobbies and activities that bring you joy and energize you. Share them with others. And ladies, please don't wait until you're really good at something. If you enjoy it, just do it. Forget about perfection. That's the foundation to this magazine. Be you, all of you. So, a fun little exercise is to write down everything you love doing, everything that gives you energy. These are the things that you enjoy doing whether you're alone or with a group of people. And it doesn't matter, like I said, whether or not you're really good at it or just mediocre, like me and my cooking, truly. You're energized by doing it. For some of you, it might be decorating a home. Others, it could be swimming or cycling Maybe it's traveling and seeing different cultures. And if there's sewers out there, you might be making curtains or clothing. Whatever it is, ask yourself, how can I get more of those activities into my life? How can I adjust my schedule so I always do some of the activities that fuel me, that nurture me? And your life, I promise you, will change when you make time in your busy schedule for those activities that you love. Now, I love Paris. I don't know exactly why, but I do. So in every issue, I share a little of my half-life in Paris because that's part of the real and true me. Now, I know you are all realistas, and because you are, you will love this new good friend, Be the Real You magazine. And how will you feel when you embrace the real you? You will feel more confident in the woman that you are, and you will know what's important to you. You will have that clarity. You will be connected with a group of like-minded women, so you know you're not alone in your realology. Now, that's a made-up word too. Excited, you will also feel excited and energized to see how your life just keeps getting better when you show up as the real you. So ladies, join the excitement and sign up if you haven't already. Be a realista by being the real you. I want to thank you for your time today and for letting me share the story behind my magazine. But really, subscribe. Join the world of realistas. You'll start seeing yourself as you truly are. The extraordinary, the unique, and the star that is you. So be the real you. Thank you. A biento.